It is official. After the death of Bronx native Vin Scully, longtime Dodgers announcer, the Yankees will win the World Series on November the 4th. Vin Scully died at the age of 94. 94 days after Vin Scully's death date, the Yankees win the World Series on November the 4th of 2022, giving the Dodgers 6 titles and 7 World Series losses during their time at LA, as Vin Scully had 67 seasons as an announcer. 3 months and 2 days after his death is the end of the World Series. The Yankees will be 3-2 in the World Series against the Dodgers during their time at Los Angeles. That's what we see right here. Not only did Vin Scully die at the age of 94, but both Yankees ace pitchers were 9-4 at some point this year. Nestor Cortes, 9-4 for the season after today's scripted loss against the Tampa Bay Rays. 94 days from the death of Vin Scully, the Yankees win the World Series for Aaron Boone's 22nd playoff victory. And notice how this was his 85th start, or this was his 85th game. It was his 37th start. Los Angeles is gematria of 37. 94 days after Vin Scully's death date, the Yankees win the World Series for the first time since beating Philly. They beat the LA Dodgers, first American League winner since Boston. I've told you guys countless times how that 85 connects to the last time an American League team won the World Series, which was the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox has gematria of 118. The American League wins the World Series again in the 118th World Series against the LA Dodgers. So that's your 118 interpretation with the World Series for this year. 93 hits allowed. The Yankees are 9-3 against the Dodgers in the World Series with a win. 39 runs, 38 earned runs. 38 is the gematria of Vin Scully. 13 World Series appearances for the Dodgers during their time in LA. 7 World Series titles after the Dodgers lose. That's what that 137 is all about. So very, very great stuff right here. Both Yankee pitchers 9-4 at some point in the season. So there have been 81 games between the Dodgers and the Yankees in the playoffs. Vincent Edwards Scully has gematria of 81. So in other words, the 87th game between the Yankees and the Dodgers is going to be when the Yankees clinch the World Series. The amount of time from Vin Scully's death day to the beginning of the World Series on the 28th day of October is a time span of 87 days. So the World Series ends in 6 games for the 87th Yankees-Dodgers game. That's how you know the World Series ends. Now, gematria-wise, when you include the end day, the 88 just simply has to do with the gematria of the Los Angeles Dodgers. But no end day included, it's 87 days. And it'd be the 87th game between the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series. Notice how it's 12 weeks and 3 days later from the death of Vin Scully that the Yankees win the World Series for the first time since they beat the Phillies. The 12 weeks and 3 days is 123. It is the Phillies that has gematria of 123. So with that being said, let's just break down the win-loss record between the Yankees and the Dodgers during their time, and this is why this series ends in 6. When we go to Dodgers-Yankees, the Celtics-Lakers rivalry in baseball, the Dodgers finished the World Series with 38 wins because of the fact that Vin Scully's gematria of 38. So 49 and 38, that's how it's going to be. I connected the 49 in the last video to another big event, which was Aaron Judge's 28th home run. And so the schedule coming out for the playoffs has really revealed a lot, quite frankly. So breaking down the record between the Yankees and the Dodgers while the Dodgers were in Los Angeles. Key phrase. So I can do that for you right here. The Dodgers 4-0, defeating the New York Yankees 1963. So we're gonna do the Yankees record 0-4 against the Dodgers after the sweep, scripted fashion for the first for another scripted championship for the LA fans. Develop a fan base over at LA, right? Gotta have the scripted championship happen. So 0-4. And then we have the 1970s. The New York Yankees against the Dodgers. 8 wins for the Yankees. That's 4 wins for the Dodgers. So 2-2. 2-2 is 4 more wins for the Dodgers. So that's 8. And then 8 wins for the Yankees. So 8-8, like the gematria of Los Angeles Dodgers. Then the Dodgers beat the Yankees 4-2. So Dodgers at 12, the Yankees at 10. That happened after 1981. So there's 22 games. So the series ends in 6 because that'll be the 28th game between the Yankees and the Dodgers while the Dodgers were at LA. Key phrase. So Dodgers have 14 wins, and then the New York Yankees 14. 14-14, all even to end the Dodgers championship window because Major League Baseball wants the Padres against the Yankees next year. They want Soto against Judge for next season. I talked about that before with the San Diego native Aaron Boone. So it's breaking down the ritual. Can't get any more obvious right now what's going to happen here. Notice how Vincent Scully. Vincent has to march of 87. The World Series ends 4-2 in the 87th game between the Yankees and the Dodgers. 87 days after the death of Vincent. Vince, whatever you want to call him. His full name is Vincent. Vin is DiMaggio 45. Phillies is DiMaggio 45. The Yankees' last championship was against the Phillies. Vin is DiMaggio 45. The Yankees enter the World Series with 47 wins with 45 wins against the Dodgers. And that's all pretty much it. Well, Vince Scully died on the second day of the 8th month. I already talked about that. The World Series begins on the 28th day. These are all Vince Scully tributes. These are all scripted tributes to the 28th crown. He was born at the Bronx. It's Bronx at gematria of 28. It doesn't matter. There's no Trevor Bauer, but it's all good. There's no Trevor Bauer, but everything is all good. Hidden Hills. One bit right here.